Looks like all members are present. Please in a quick word of prayer. Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for the many blessings you bestowed upon our town. We just ask that you be with us tonight as we make decisions that will be pleasing unto you. We just ask that you be with our country and our military right now, and the trials and tribulations that they're enduring. And we just ask that you be with them. In your great and heavenly name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, like I said, all members are present. Appreciate y'all coming out tonight. Approval of the minutes from the meeting in February.
Make a motion to approve February minutes.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, stand approved. Approval of financial statement for February.
Make a motion to approve the financial statement for February.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the financial statement for February. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, stand approved. Reports of city departments, fire department. I know you're running one and I apologize.
On the building department side, we had one permit last month. No more?
Did you lose your report?
No. My phone has started.
Paper, I always told you paper.
Is it iPhone 17?
No, it was 16, but it started doing the meeting on my phone back there. Yeah. Anyway, one permit this month for a house, and then on the fire side, we got 250 runs. There we go. I got it figured out. Now I go back to it. It was murdering me. 250 runs so far on the year. We had school volunteers come up this past week. Doing some community stuff for their hours. Had some minor maintenance on a fleet ATF or ATV squad 1 rescue 1. Just work done, just minor stuff, but it was done. Training completed this past month with the MS training for the department. 1 member completed responses to radiological nuclear weapons of mass destruction. 3 members completed mass facility incident planning and response. So it's like, mass casualties, mass death, that type of stuff. We got some upcoming training, hazmat awareness and hazmat ops, and then we've got an active shooters class in Little Rock that we're going to go to. That covers our stuff.
All right, while Jimmy's up here, we did get to brief y'all last meeting about the generator. We did get it installed. We thought that was highly important in storm season here and that being our nerve center. It was right at $21,300, I believe. It's got automatic switch gear, it runs on natural gas. I believe it'll be an asset. So that is installed. I don't think
We didn't have to use it, so.
yeah.
With that being said, is all of our storm sirens operational as far as we know as of right now?
There's one that was apart, and when the gentleman comes back, he's gonna put it on.
The Linda Marie one.
Yeah.
The one that does work.
We've got a good little company right now.
Yeah. So keep them going.
Yeah, I do. All right, anything else?
No, that's just that part.
Planning Commission, they didn't have a meeting, they don't have one planned. Kind of been a slowdown, that may pick up. Of course, they had some pretty good business a few months back with all the subdivisions, so there's about 400 lots, I guess, that'll be built in a year or two. But they don't have any business at this time. Police Department?
I'm gonna say this softly and one time probably, but we are full. No one's in training. All vehicles are working. Nothing's in the shop. And so, you probably have never heard of that in 20-some years. But anyway, everything's going good. We got some training we're going to do it first next month, and they're running.
Alright, anything for Chief? Sewer Department?
You have our minutes, and financial statements, there's really not that much going on in the sewer department right now, so. No problem or anything like that to report.
I did tell the Chairman Maxwell of the sewer committee that I've kind of done an impromptu look around the sewer facilities, and I'm really impressed with what they've been able to do. They've done a lot of upgrading, they're doing a lot, and they've really done a good job. Upkeep on the 32-year-old, I guess 32-year-old system now. Street Department, not really any report. We're still waiting on trying to find the contractor supposed to be in here in the next 30 days to get a few streets done. And we're just kind of waiting. Park and Rec.
Everything's going good right now, just getting up, getting ready for the ball season starting up in the next 2 weeks. Besides that, bad news is good news. You know, don't have any bad news coming our way, so.
Fields are looking good.
Thank you.
They really are looking good. And I think Chase has put a lot of hard work in. And when I called and checked on him earlier in the week, he had locked himself in a dungeon and working on schedules. But they have done a good job. They have really worked hard on those
They
things.
look good with new conditioner. The weeds are getting killed out in the outfield, so they're all.
He's done a good job. He got handed a rough road to hoe, but he's been home.
He's been helping soccer club out painting their fields, I noticed too.
Yeah, we started picking that up and started painting them every Friday, kind of a little routine painting the fields before they play on Saturday.
Good.
Mr. Chase? And when's the ball season start?
March 31st for softball and then April 6th for baseball.
Okay. On my mayor's notes, City Hall will be closed April 3rd for Good Friday. We did get the Packard ambulance renewal done for all the employees. That's been standard for employees. We got that done. And I had kind of made a little decision on the Senior Citizen Center. I have decided to not allow any more rentals on it at this time. It's just been too much of a stress for the staff, and some of the people have not left the building in as good a shape as they have. And we just got too much going on right now, so I'm going to suspend that for a little bit. Fund balances on the general fund, $204,749.97. Street fund $493,484.55. Fire department $92,258.70. The Act 833 fund, which is the insurance premium turnback, is dedicated for the fire department from the state, is $12,761.45. And Park and Rec is $66,756.22. I will circle back around the general fund after speaking with our treasurer and the city clerk, and probably had a few employees that were not happy, but we're going to really watch overtime and comp. We're at full staff on the police department, and with everything the way the inflation and everything's been, I just think we're going to have to keep a close eye. So I want to let y'all know that. It's not fun sometimes to tell people that, but it's kind of what we had to do. All right.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
is there an update like where we are with the status of the Senior Citizen Center? I know that I would rather have not been advised on that at all, but since we have been, I've got people that, ask questions or say different things, so I'm just wanting to.
So I guess I can dive into that. We had a meeting with their new executive director, I guess it was about 3 weeks ago. Impressive individual. He's got the tough road to hoe. Federal budget cuts have hit all these programs pretty tough. I think, what was it, 300,000 they cut from Faulkner County. And I don't know how much the cuts were in that Caroline area, which is most of central Arkansas. They're going to provide meals here starting again in July. But they are cutting out a lot of their staff. at their different locations, they're having to. So it's, I guess it's gonna end up being a quasi-volunteer type of operation. We did go ahead and we have been sending an employee over to help, and then we've dedicated some of the budgeted money that was for the employee through the senior citizens over to that position to have help for La Costa and then, when you're doing.
So they're gonna take it back in July, their
They're-
portion, what
They're gonna provide meals.
providing.
Yeah,
Well, that's a big cost. So
It
if
is.
they'll provide the meals, that's a good
it
thing.
is, but it's, I had some people the other day there, and I hadn't even told you this, La Costa, they're not really taking any new Meals on Wheels, I found out. And that's statewide, from what I was told, so it's, you know, they're having to tighten their belt, and he's having to navigate around the hole. I think they'd had to dip into their savings for the Faulkner County, like 200,000, I think he said.
It was over 100,000,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, so, but, I think he's a good man. I'm trying to remember his name. I've got his card in the office. I talked to him the other day again. But, I think he's the
So
man.
basically, we're gonna, I mean,
We're gonna take,
it's on us to take care of that.
yeah, and we have been doing that to a large part.
Yeah.
You know, we.
Yeah, and our churches and those that's been volunteering, that's a great blessing.
Yeah, well, La Costa and their gang, and they've done a great job.
If I could say a couple of things, just so that no one reads into it. In July is when their budget for the year starts over. So they have said that they were going to try to provide meals, but now with that, they're just gonna deliver the meals, nothing else. They're not gonna have an employee, so we're still gonna have to basically staff it through staff or volunteers or whatever. The way he explained it was they would bring the same food like the Meals on Wheels get. They will bring it, it'll be on trays,
Warm
they
and
will
ready.
drop it off, leave it, and they're done.
We'll need to serve and clean.
I did ask that we were able to see the meals because I've never seen what they look like, but I'm hearing mixed reviews. Some are saying they're great and some are saying, please don't make us eat that. So, you know, we did ask to see it, but they said in July is when they would redo their budget. I took that as they're not promising, but they're saying they're going to, as long as nothing changes in the budget.
Okay. I was just curious, I wanted to make sure it was on the record, because that way no one has any.
Oh, I got it. They're going to, there's a lot of, you know, are funding on federal highways.
Yes,
State
I
aid
know.
and cut.
I know, they cut it from the top all the way down.
They have. You know, I think they took a hatchet instead of the scalpel. but
I
that's
think
it.
so too. I agree, I think we agree on that one too.
Yeah. All right. Any public comment? I haven't seen any. Announcements, DC.
Yeah, the only thing we've got right now going is we're hammering away at Eagle Fest, which is May 16th, starting around 6 a.m. at there at Weaver Family Park. We've scaled it back a little bit this year. We're not doing the concerts and stuff like that. We're gonna go back to kind of the roots of it, the fishing derby, the 5 shows. We're gonna have the farmer's market, and I believe the chamber is still going to help us with the kids zone and all that. And so that way we can kind of keep it more festival and not, you know, the concert venue and kind of do that. We do have food. We're gonna get some food and get it provided. So we'll have some sort of hot dogs or hamburgers to hand out while we're there. But with that being said, I do want to thank our diamond and gold sponsors. So our diamond sponsors for the event is Centennial Bank and Comcast. And then our gold sponsors will be TC Works. Without them, we couldn't put on the festival. So we're very thankful for them. But you can sign up if you're interested in the 5K fishing. Go to the developvilonia.org and sign up there.
Is there gonna be something at the gym after that?
Yes, thank you for saying that. I forgot about that. Thank you. They are doing the basketball I can't remember what it's called.
Eagle Jam is.
Eagle Jam. And so it's something the school put it on a couple of years, I guess 15 years ago when we had Eagle Fest. They did a basketball, like 3-on-3 tournament or something like that going on. And they wanted to get back involved in doing that. So we're kind of helping facilitate that a
They're
little
gonna
bit
put the
too.
new gym and old gym.
Not 100% sure on the details on that yet. I'll get back with you.
All right. All right, Chamber of Commerce.
Well, we had a very successful banquet. I want to thank y'all that attended, and we had a really good speaker, and we want to thank everybody for their support on that. Our membership drive is going well. We're getting some new members and some that haven't been members for quite a while. Our luncheon is this Thursday, March the 19th at 11:30 at Simple Simons. Sandra Casado with Just Dance Vilonia will be our speaker. Everyone's invited. And like said, we are going to sponsor the Kids Zone this year at Eagle Fest. So bring your kids, encourage everybody to bring the kids. We're going to have some new things to do and probably still have bounce houses and things like that. So encourage families to come.
All right,
Thank you.
any questions? All right, thank you. Old business, ordinance 2026, PDO 01, adopting regulations for abandoned and inoperable or unlicensed vehicles.
Do we need to read it in first? So I'll make a motion to read by title only.
I have a motion and second to read by title only.
An ordinance adopting regulations for abandoned, inoperable, or unlicensed vehicles, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
You've heard the reading by title only, now we'll open for discussion.
So based off our last meeting, I did, on line 63 and 64, you'll see on yours is not there anymore. I removed regardless of whether wrecked or inoperable and regardless of whether currently inspected and or registered, including without limitation the following. Oh, no, I left it including, just up to the registered part. And then it starts in with including without limitation. So I removed those two from the last one, as y'all requested, or as requested. And then on line 95 and 96, I removed what would be the letter B, and it stated subject vehicle not defined as an inoperable vehicle except for not having a current license may be stored in a covered carport. I removed that, so that you could not have any problems with that. And then
I hate to interrupt. We had a motion and second on the floor, but we never voted to read by title only before we get into this too far.
I thought we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
Did
did.
we? I didn't hear it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. I apologize. I'm in my own world, I guess.
We'll get you some hearing aid.
You want to borrow mine, Steve?
Yes, can I borrow yours? You got good batteries in them?
Nope.
And I know before we had some discussion on letter A of line 27, under concerning what an abandoned motor vehicle is. And I spent some more time reading it, and we're all always up for discussion here, right? So, but when I read it, it says it means any motor vehicle which is left on public or parcel of private property. It says other than property owned, leased, or permissibly occupied by the owner. So if you own it, it cannot be abandoned.
So it can't be considered
It
abandoned.
cannot be considered abandoned on your property.
And this is the definition of an abandoned motor vehicle.
Right. Yeah, because I was thinking that it was kind of, if anybody left their vehicle for more than 7 days, they could get credit. But when you put in that other than property owned, leased, or permissibly occupied by the owner or leasee of the vehicle. So he's really saying, if it's on my property, you can't consider it abandoned. Right, because it's okay by me.
Where are you reading that out? I don't.
In A,
I don't read that. I don't either.
I don't either, I didn't, I'm sitting here.
I mean,
version one I had of it.
I mean, when you take as far as I'm concerned, when you take the entire ordinance in context, A, first of all, tells us what an abandoned motor vehicle is. And for me personally, wrecked or inoperable should be in there, because you may have a vehicle that is severely wrecked, but it's operable. And that could be argued that it's operable.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it's basically talking about abandoned, but what is in favor of those who has a wrecked or abandoned vehicle? You can have a wrecked vehicle or an inoperable vehicle on your property perpetually. As I read this, you can have it perpetually forever, so long as you abide by line number 90, 91, and 92 that says subject vehicle within a carport that is being actively repaired on or at least a weekly basis. Subject vehicle and its parts, when not being repaired, shall be neatly and completely covered with an opaque cover. the whole spirit, as far as I'm reading this, the whole spirit of the ordinance is keep your, if it's junk, cover it up. If it's broke, cover it up. If it's wrecked, cover it up. Or fix it within 7 days and show that you're actively trying to fix it.
So,
The problem I have, this is what I've been talking about, is under the definition, it says regardless of. If you take out the word regardless and just read it, instead of regardless, does not matter. If you do it that way, it says it does not matter if it's wrecked or inoperable. To me, that means it can be anything. So the regardless is where I have a problem with.
So, I don't on that because of the fact that the problem I have on the abandoned vehicle definition is where it says private property there on 28. Because when you go to section 2, under the enforcement side of abandoned vehicles, there's nothing in there that mentions private property. It basically pertains to city property only for abandoned vehicles. So regardless whether the vehicle runs or not, if you leave it at the baseball field for 2 weeks, we're gonna have it towed. It can be working fine and on. So the wrecked or inoperable is fine being in there.
Yeah, I'm good with the rector and
I
operable.
think
That's
the
what
problem
we
is
want to look at. is
You want to
that
take the word
vehicle.
regardless out of there.
Yeah, 'cause that's been removed from my version already.
Yeah,
Is that
okay.
what you're saying? You want to take the word regardless out, James?
I don't think the wording regardless what matters on it. I think the private property is more of an issue, in my opinion. But
Well, I
like
think
then,
the whole point of the matter is, and I agree with Councilman Craig, if you leave it out here at the fire station
That's
and it's
appropriate.
wrecked or inoperable,
More appropriate.
you're gonna get a ticket. If you take it home and cover it with an opaque cover,
I think it's current.
Their copy is a little different.
no, it's okay.
It's not the same as mine.
Mine says what everybody else's up here says.
Okay, this one reads much better. and
Yes.
It's completely different than how ours reads.
Yeah.
So
So when I was
somehow
looking
we've
at
had an error,
That's what I was.
and
We
I
got
apologize
one
for
as
that.
Before.
I don't know how that happened.
We've been talking about stuff we don't even know.
That's why when I saw that, I said, well, we didn't change it.
I know it, that's why I was,
It's changed there on 91 and 92, but not in that first paragraph.
So we need to make sure.
yeah, the whole point of 91, 92 was removing it from the trailer.
That's a big difference.
that's a big
That's
difference.
a big difference. I go.
I
Yeah, I
apologize
think
to
that
the
if we change it back
council
to
for not.
this, we'll be good.
Would
Yeah,
you,
you don't have the right one either.
would you like to go make
No,
copies
it's
and
not.
move on to something else? Would that be okay at the council?
Yes, okay.
Because I think it's important to have discussion in it.
Okay.
It's okay if the council will move on to the new business, the resolution for the amendment of the 2025 budget.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion that we approve this budget, and I would like to preface that motion with the fact that I'm very proud of the way this budget looks. I know I had a lot of complaints last year, and I'm very proud of the fact that it looks like every department is finishing the year with a surplus in our budget surplus. In other words, we spent less than we brought in, so I'm really proud of that. So I make a motion that we would, it hasn't been read though.
Well, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion in a second, then she can read it.
Resolution 2026-2, a resolution providing, do you want me to read it or no?
Hang on,
We gotta make a motion on
we gotta make a
that.
motion.
Unless you wanna read the whole thing. I'll make a motion to read by title only.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to read the resolution, the title only. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Resolution 2026-2, a resolution providing for the amendment of the budget to the city of Vilonia, Arkansas for the 12 months beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025, as well as approving each and every line item therein listed.
Alright, heard a reading of the resolution by title only. What would be the pleasure of the council?
I move that we approve Resolution 2026-2.
Second.
Okay, have a motion second to approve the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, and approved. We'll hang on here just a second. I apologize for that misstep.
Clerical error.
Yeah, clerical error. And you assist, Brad?
Is there anything we can argue about?
Not that I know of. Thank goodness.
In fact, I need new hearing aids apparently.
I will tell you while he's coming back with that, Entergy Arkansas has a new rep for the area. I think Lacostas met with her and I met with her. She's quite an outstanding young lady. And, I think we're seeing improvement in streetlights already. Entergy goes off everything on the computer and a map, and they didn't have a very accurate map. So she's requested that they remap the area, the amount of road we had, I could see, and they're doing that. And she's really, she's been impressive.
And I believe talking with Miss Kelly too, I think there's a change now as they're mapping it. They see them, the old fixtures that are not LEDs, they're looking at throwing those out
They're going
too.
to LED. Yeah. And they're, like I said, they're redoing the map, and that's a big deal. I know that I've been told that, I guess we were blessed to have the substation with the amount of growth that's been in this area. Of course, they feed more than just Vilonia, but it's, I think you may see Entergy have to put an upgrade.
If I could add something to that, if there's a street light that's out, or if there's some that look like they're on a timer, they go on and off. That was during construction phase, like in our subdivision, for instance, when there was no houses there, they went on and off. So we need to know about those, if there's still some that are doing that. If you'll get us the address, we can get that to them and get it corrected.
Absolutely.
And you can follow a report under the website, under report of concern.
You can do that, but if you get the address, we can send it directly to Tara and it'll probably get done a lot quicker.
There's a.
Yeah, we still gotta get our yellow sheet of documentation from the city on it, so they know.
All right, so Jimmy has a corrected copy.
One that you gave me, the version one.
All right, I'll give the council members time to read over that.
Of course, it's just got the pin marks through it.
It's the redacted for the edited version. So yes, to me, when I read, now with what you were saying on
Yes.
section A of the definitions makes a lot of
Makes a lot of
sense.
sense. I was confused myself.
So it would still, according to the way I'm reading A, that definition would be okay, so long as they're abiding by the rest of the ordinance. It's home under a cover.
Yeah, right.
The garage or it's being worked on.
Yeah.
The owner of the property has the right to.
It determines whether it's abandoned or not, so to speak. Or you can't consider it abandoned.
More better on the
It's on the property.
definition of abandoned.
Yeah.
So if I wreck my car and I take it home and park it and cover it up, it's within the confines of this ordinance, if it passes. And then it's complaint driven, is that right? Is my
That's correct.
understanding that right?
Right.
We're not going out just driving around to see who we can
No.
give tickets to.
No.
And that kind of follows the Arkansas Constitution, 99.9% of the state are complaint driven.
Well, I hear a lot, I have heard a whole lot of people against it, there's a few questions, like, are they gonna, and I was like, no, I don't think that's the intention.
I do have a question on it. So say we have a truck that hasn't moved in 5 years, that's full of trash and everything. You're saying if they put a tarp on it, it's in your driveway.
Well, trash outside the receptacle falls in a whole other category.
Yeah, it's a health and safety issue.
Yeah. Now, if I couldn't see it, there was trash right there, we may not know, but if you were living next door and said, hey, that's just covered up, it's full of trash, and you made a complaint, then we could address that.
All right, council members, y'all have time, still need some more time to peruse.
So is this our second reading or third?
This is third.
This is third. And there's emergency clause on this one too?
Yes.
The emergency clause, just for the record, means that it goes into law when we pass it, not 90 days after, or whatever the rule is. Right?
Correct. The state legislation or any legal body that passes an ordinance or a law.
So if we pass this, with it having the emergency clause on it, that means you could technically go out and write a citation tomorrow, correct? Would you at least do some sort of warning for the first 30 days? To where, because some of the people won't understand that we just passed this last night kind of thing?
It'll be a notice, I'll give them, obviously they can't remove vehicles overnight.
Correct.
So I'm gonna give them a notice, hey, this has been addressed, this has been a concern, you know, a complaint. Give them 30 days. I mean, that seems sufficient to me, more than sufficient.
An emergency clause won't prevent or wouldn't keep us from still complying with having to post this in the, is it 3 or 5 locations?
3 locations.
3 locations in town.
5.
Used to be 5.
Yeah, 5. And we'll have to be posted.
We'll still do that, it'll still be posted online.
Well, if it pleases the rest of the council, the version that Mr. Hoofman brought us, with the lines drawn through for removals, I make a motion that we pass that one.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second to pass for the proposed ordinance, 2026 PD01, an ordinance adopting regulations for abandoned, inoperable, or unlicensed vehicles and declaring emergency or other purposes. I will do a voice vote. Mr. Mayhew?
I'm gonna say yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Passed, 6 yeses, and,
I'll make a motion to approve the emergency clause.
okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve emergency clause. I'll do that voice again, Stephen.
Yes.
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 I'm gonna say no on the emergency clause.
5-1, fair enough. All right, emergency clause is passed. All right, this ordinance is passed, it will be posted. I would advise Mr. Hoofman to be very lenient,
Yes.
and I know he will be, and he's got a kinder heart than I do. But he's a good man, so be very gentle.
I'll be very good.
So, all right, does the council have any other business? I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. All right, thank y'all for coming out tonight.
All I did was hit stop, Jay.
Okay. The Eagle Fest, are y'all gonna have food trucks or y'all just gonna grill?